I was reading a thing this morning, and there was a gentleman on there that was talking about how he's been having relapses with his gout, and he's been eating everything correctly, and it seems to do a little bit, but it just, have you done everything, and then it's still not getting results, and you still got the pain, and it keeps coming back. It's like about the time the first one goes away, you feel the next one coming on, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know the feeling. Been there many times, and that's when you wish you could just chop it off or whatever you want to do, but that's not going to help out either. You can feed your body everything that it needs that you've been dealing with the diet and all of that. All the prescribed information, the doctor probably gave you a list of dietary things that you can have and that you can't have, but yet you're still having some issues. Then he's giving you some medicine to be able to, here, take this will do some things for you, and you're feeling effects of that. Even though you get the good nutrients into your body, what's happening is your body is trying to deal with it, but there's still that connection. It's just not getting to where it's supposed to be. But here's what I found is that when you get the gut brain connection to where they can start talking with each other and feeding that, when you start to get that GBX or that gut brain connection going, then all of a sudden I realized, hey, wait a minute, what's happening here? The diet that I was on, that I've changed to, all of a sudden it started to have a lot more effect. My gout issues started to not be as plentiful, started to not be as severe. And now today I can tell you that I haven't had a gout attack or even an inclination for many, many, many months. And to me, as you well know, that's a victory. Even when I've banged my legs, banged my knees, banged my foot. Now, I'm not trying to confess that I'm a clumsy person, because I'm not. Just don't ask my wife. Once I started working with that and realizing that once I got the nutrients into my body that worked with my gut-brain connection, and then working with the brain as well, working with the sleep, working with the serotonin, working with all of those things, I just want you to realize that you don't have to be in that pain. That if you tackle this thing correctly and you get the communication going, the body will take care of itself. God planned it that way. He knew that one day we were going to get sick on something, and then he had to have something to fix it. And that's what's in there. And that's what I've done. Now, one of the things that I'll tell you is, yeah, I do have some supplements, things like that. But what I want you to realize is that what I'm using is working. I'm not BSing you. I'm one just like yourself with gout issues. And I mentioned the other day that I'm looking to be able to go out and once again, after 20 something years, to be able to buy a pair of boots, good cowboy boots. I like good boots. But I couldn't do it before because of the fact that your foot keeps swelling up and down. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to walk around barefooted. That's not good either. But you wanted to feel comfortable. Now, here's another thing. In the process of getting your gut-brain connection going and realizing that getting the gut squared away, getting the communication squared away with the brain, getting things in there that help you sleep. You need to get at least 8 hours sleep. Now, I know that's ridiculous, but you know what? So is having gout all your life, and that pain, that's ridiculous. So if you can coordinate being able to get good quality sleep, your brain's going to be able to start working on developing some of that communication. You're going to feel so much better. Your body's going to be energized. Now, you and I both know there's times when you've got a gout attack, you can't even lay a blanket or even a sheet on your foot or whatever. If you put yourself into a position to where you can start tackling these things and start studying on what the GPX is all about, the gut-brain connection, and if you can get that communication path going, when the foot or the ankle or the elbow or the hand, whatever it is that's getting the attack, says, whoa, I'm feeling something, your body sends down uric acid. All right. But then if you're under normal circumstances, when that gets there and starts to take effect, the body comes back and says, okay, we don't need to send any more down there. That's the issue, is that communication signal isn't getting back to say, hey, stop. It just keeps sending. Now, if you don't believe me, go look at some gout sites where people's feet are blown up to be yay big, okay? I mean, I've got pictures of my own gout where my hand is so big, and my watch won't fit on my wrist anymore because the wrist is too fat, or my fingers, my ring has to come off because my fingers are getting too fat because of all the swelling. Well, guess what? That's your body fighting itself. Now, if your body knows, hey, to turn it off, well, then you don't get all that swelling and all that inflammation. When you get the inflammation, that stuff goes out there and it takes that joint and separates that joint. Now, the pain from the gout on the friction from that joint, that's painful, extremely painful. But you know what? That hides the pain of when that joint is stretched out. But now when that uric acid starts to dissolve, the crystals dissolve, and now that joint is having to work its way back. Now you've got a secondary pain. So that's why sometimes you have the pain from the crystals on the joints, and the joints get stretched out, and then all of a sudden the swelling goes away and those joints still have to go back, but they've been stretched. Now that's the secondary pain. Now, there's some things that you can do about that. I mean, I use a product called Relief, and that goes in there and it helps those joints out, helps the arthritis, helps the unison, helps those joints get back together, and a lot less pain. And that's the whole thing. We want to be comfortable. Life's too short for us to go through pain all the time. The gout attacks that you have obviously brings on stress to your body. Well, stress on your body, despite the pain that you're having, the stress level that you're having on your body is also having an effect on other issues in your body. You've also got issues with kidneys when the uric acid goes through and all that, and those crystals break down. Where do they go? They go to your kidneys. Well, ever heard of kidney stones? Yeah. You can have little ones, a little bit bigger ones. Then you get the ones that get to be very painful. And if you've ever gone through that stuff, now I'm fortunate I haven't had to go through that because I've been able to control what's going on. If you've gotten to that point, obviously there's things that you need to do to take care of that. Going back to the gout, going back to that communication path in here, there's a lot of things that gout has an effect on, just not that joint. And if you get that communication path going, all of a sudden, you're going to feel a lot better in all different directions, just not with the gout. It's not there. It's a matter of getting your brain to communicate with your body. And you too can put your gout on a train and get it out of here.